Hello, how are you? This is the last week of, well, I would say last Friday of March in 2024. Next week, when we meet, that should be in April next month. Anyway, the end of uh, this month, which is the 31st of March this year, is the Easter Sunday. And usually Easter is the first Sunday from the full moon, according to the lunar calendar. And some of the things that you can see in the background are some of the symbols of Easter. Okay. Today's first idiom is to have two strikes against usually one. It means to be in a disadvantageous position, in danger. Okay, for example, my big sister wanted to become a flight attendant, but she had two strikes against her. One of them is her age, and the other one was her height. Well, she was too tall. Okay. All right. Another example sentence. Often I tell my students at university, okay, anyone who have too many unexpected absence from my class, well, they would have two strikes against them. One is that I'm not going to give them the credit. The other one is they would have to turn in all the reports, homework, or their presentation video clip, sent it to me within a week, something like that. Okay, next idiom is to step down. It means to retire or leave a top position. Well, let's see. This example sentence, I think is going to be quite long, but I'll try remember it. Okay. It was a few years ago. I believe it was in the year 2020, I think. I mean, the 2020. The US president, I would say, the presidential election for the 59th, well, quadrennial presidential election was held, right? And which was the on Tuesday, November 3rd in 2020. The Democratic of former Vice President Joe Biden, as you know, and the junior U.S. Senator that time from California, Kamala Harris, defeated the, well, incumbent Republican President Donald Trump. And Vice President Mike, uh, I think it was Pence was his name. So Donald Trump should have stepped down, wishing Joe Biden well and admit that he lost. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But instead, he refused to show his, well, I would say sportsmanship, and he certainly refused to admit that he lost. So he did not willingly step down. And I thought that was kind of strange, don't you? Okay, so step down. It means to retire or leave that position. Many people would do, especially when they make mistakes or they lose, right? Okay, now today's words. The first one is fierce. It means savage or very wild. For example, one must take appropriate precautions when approaching wasps. Because those creatures, well, they're kind of like small creatures, insects, but when they sting you, you could even die. Wow. So when you find wasps, or especially their, hive, kind of like a house for those wasps, you have to report to the city hall to get rid of it. Do not touch it by yourself because it is very dangerous. Because they're such fierce animals. Okay. Okay. Fierce, I would say a hyena, but this sentence is probably nicer. A hyena took one look at a very fierce looking moon. And the hyena was froze. Then, after a while, it ran away from the fierce looking moon. By the way, moon, do you know how to spell it? It is no, N-G-U, mu. When N comes next to G, usually the G sound is not G, but N, the nasal sound. But many people just say, no. I don't think it is correct. It is because G comes before N, so it should be N. For example, you don't say Hong Kong. It's a Hong Kong. Huh? You don't say King Kong. It's a King Kong, right? It is not a something swimming. No, something swimming. So nasal sound is also important in English as much as it is in French. French too, for example, you don't say champagne, but champagne. That means champagne in English. So always be careful when you see G and N next to each other. So it should be not English, but English. Well, not England, but England should be correct. Although these days, many people cannot pronounce the nasal G sound. A shame. Practice it. First, before saying G sound or pronounce G sound, you should put N sound, and the or no, It's not that difficult. If you could not hear the differences, okay, train your ears. Perhaps you need to clean up your ear holes, okay? I would say ear now means the passage. Okay. Next word is detest. It means dislike very much, or I would say hate. For example, the world detests people who aren't honest. Yet, those dishonest people exist anywhere. Okay, another sentence. Norman was certain that his girlfriend's parents would detect him because he had been, well, delinquent. Delinquent means having a bad criminal record or something like that. Okay. I detest. Well, it's not nice to say, but I detest his food. I'm not gonna say who he is, but okay. Yeah, this Japanese friend of mine who moved to Hawaii or whatever, but I hated his food. But I will tell others that I would not deprive you of chance to taste it. So, try by yourself and see how you're gonna decide this person's food by yourself. Maybe you like it, but I detest it. So that means I do not like it at all. Okay, that's all for today. Take care of yourself and happy Easter to you.